Sharp.
That's a big roaring tone.
Yeah, why?
I don't know why.
Because the 412s are on.
Oh, you're using the big speakers.
That's hundreds through 412s.
So yeah. those are just the regular speakers in the 412s?
They're C90s, which are
the regular
UK 80-watt Celestians.
Same things you got in those?
Yep, same thing I use in most.
So it's like you got 4 of the regular.
But they sound different because they're 412s. And the box is so big, and there's so much presence.
Well, they give a big.
Oh, it's a
sound.
ton of presence, yeah. Yeah,
wow,
it's different.
It's big. You can feel it in your whole body.
It's definitely different.
It's like a big giant lion growling.
Yeah, it growls. That's what it does. It growls for sure.
So what else on this Gjika 100?
ADG is on.
Oh, ADG is on?
Yeah.
Okay. So and so no Gainmaster?
The Gainmaster's off. ADG is on, just because it's a more. I wanted a more asymmetrical.
So what's the difference between the Gainmaster and the ADG?
Okay, the difference between Gainmaster and ADG, you would think from watching these videos, oh, ADG has more gain. Not necessarily. Gainmaster can get a whole lot of gain, and sounds great with a whole lot of gain, but Gainmaster is much less asymmetrical. ADG is very asymmetrical. So
explain asymmetrical.
I know. See, this is the thing. So
I know asymmetrical
for people
means
that don't know
like
anything about electronics.
Things.
Here's a word from the old days of electronics. 2 words: forward and backward. Okay, and that doesn't mean forward means modern and backward means old. It means something totally different. Let me explain it to you. Okay, first of all, most modern pedals are neither. They're the sound of like someone else's amp or something. They're not either of the discrete designs. They're more of a modeling type design. So no matter what you do with your hands,
like a modeling amp.
Yeah, no matter what you do with your hands, it always sounds like that, and it leaves you without the ability to really create. But you know, some people watch the cabinet. Some people like that. That's fine. Okay, but it's not conducive to what I do. So old time stuff, they're both old. Forward, backwards, both means old. Okay, old time stuff was more just gain, and then you do what you want with it, and you're not forced to sound like Alexander's amp or someone else's amp. I mean, it's just gain. Okay, it's just simple gain. Okay, it's not very simple, but in basic terms. So back to the difference: asymmetrical, non-asymmetrical, forward and backward design. Okay, ADG is forward, Gainmaster is backward. Okay, what does that mean? That means the signal goes backwards before it goes forwards. Okay, ADG, the signal just goes forward. Now, let me explain the difference in a way you can try to understand this. Everybody understands baseball, okay, a little bit anyway. So you got this pitcher. He doesn't have to be the giantest guy in the world. He's a big guy, but he's got this big windup, and he's got a fastball. And that sucker comes in there hard and fast, right? And it's a little bit asymmetrical. There's a little bit of movement on it. Otherwise, it would be, you know, lame. I mean, it's got to confuse the batter a little bit, not just taking time off of it, taking some speed off of it, all right? Now, what's involved in that being so controlled, that fastball, like Gainmaster, like a backward design? He can paint the corners with that on a good day. It's always controlled. It's got a little movement on it, but it's always controlled. It's because there's a backward thing going on. There's this giant wind-up, this leg kick.
Okay.
Okay, so what that does is you send the circuit backwards and you can refine it. See, if you just let the circuit go, you can't refine it on the fly. You bring it back, you make it controllable. So Gainmaster is always very controllable. It's very predictable, very controllable sounding. It's a sweet, you know, sound, more like just a cranked amp. Okay, and I don't use it for a lot of gain because I use ADG for that, but it gets a lot of gain. But you know, depending on how much you use it, that has nothing to do with asymmetric. Okay, now picture this other pitcher. Okay, and you're going to have to imagine this guy because he doesn't exist.
Okay.
He's big as a gorilla. Okay, he's got so much strength that there's no windup. Okay, he just throws the ball forward and it comes in faster than anything you've ever seen, and it's
like
all,
a cannon.
And it's all over the place. It's so asymmetrical. You don't know where it's going. Neither does he. Half the times it's a ball, and no one instead of a strike. No one knows. It may go over the plate. It may not. And if you hit that thing, no one knows where it's going. Okay, that's a forward design.
So that's why you don't use them together?
No, no need to use them together. But that's what ADG does. ADG is very asymmetrical, so the notes have a lot of action on them, and you'll be holding this note, and it'll start doing this thing, and you go, oh, I'll go with that. You know, it's not predictable like Gainmaster.
So ADG is the gorilla in the
right.
room.
So the greatest fuzzes in the world from the old days, when used properly, you can't use them in a room like this because you have to crank the amp and then drive the left control all the way up, the volume control on the fuzz, to drive that amp into asymmetric, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. But my design is to remove all that. I can't play that loud. I mean, I got these amps on like one. My sound without ADG or Gainmaster on is what in the old days we called a clean sound. Clean, with the guitar all the way up. That's a clean sound. You know, I mean, now people use, I don't know what clean means anymore. People use this word so randomly. I watch videos and here's the clean sound and here's the pedal, and their clean sound has more dirt on it than my dirtiest dirt sound, you know. But clean, when I was a kid, meant the amp was completely clean. A lot of people don't play that way, and that's fine, you know. But I do. I like.
But don't you try to make your amps so that they're cleaner than clean?
I like to have that regular clean sound, and these hundreds are going to stay clean for a long time. So if you were to bring these amps up to where they're distorting hard, and then get that asymmetrical sound of an old fuzz face slamming the shit out of that amp like Hendrix did or something,
you could play a stadium.
You're going to go deaf. I mean, you're not going to be able to practice like that. So that's the whole purpose of the forward asymmetrical design of ADG, is to be able to do that low, because like where I have these amps now, they're loud because there's two of them through 412s, but they're not loud. They're set very low. Now if I put ADG on, right, I got that volume neutral with the other volume. If I turn the level control way down on ADG, right? Can you hear that? Lean into this 412 bucket. It's all that goodness.
Yeah, it's got the same sound. It's just
I can whisper
whispering.
over it.
It's whispering.
I mean, that's so low. It's like I can whisper over that.
But it's still growling.
Well, who needs an attenuator if you know how to design shit? You don't need to wear out your power tubes and.
What's an attenuator?
Something that you turn the amp all the way up and then get a mosquito-like sound by soaking up all the heat with resistors. Now,
Well, like damping.
now if I were to put Gainmaster on, oh wait a minute, but I have Gainmaster set for the high volume. Okay, so I'll Gainmaster levels down too, though. See, I probably don't have it quite as low, but and I got the gain on like 8 o'clock, very low, very predictable. Now, ADG, not so predictable even at this low volume. I got that one so low. Let me turn that one up a little bit. It's just too low. Hold on. I gotta use my hand. Hold on. See, it's asymmetric. You just don't know what it's going to do. Gainmaster? Predictable. The note's the note.
The wind-up picture.
Yeah, everything comes in control. Now, so suppose I put more gain on Gainmaster. Okay, well, no problem. I'll turn the gain up on Gainmaster, right? See how it's very predictable? But ADG is wild.
Gorilla spitting balls. The gorilla spitting balls.
Yeah, this is a griller.
Gorilla.
And all this is I'm whispering over this. So there you have it. The difference between ADG and Gainmaster is the gorilla forward and backwards. The gorilla just can throw that ball so fast just by going like that, which is impossible, but he can do it. And then the other guy, the big wind up, the leg kick, the glove coming up.
The precision throw.
Yeah, right, exactly. And no, I didn't learn the song. It just sounded good, so I copped it as quick as I could.
What song was it?
I don't even know the name of My Life. See My Life. But if you want to hear good guitar playing, listen to him play it and, tune me out of it, because
Robin's cool. He lets you play along with his stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, he does. He lets me. He doesn't.
He doesn't copyright.
Yeah, he doesn't
you.
copyright you right out of the picture. But I need a backing track, and what's better than that to show aggressive rock sound of the.
Yeah, that was an aggressive rock sound.
Of the hundreds through 412s, because that's See, I'm attenuating the amps, even though the amps are very low. I'm attenuating the hell out of them with these gain devices right now. During the video, I had them at neutral, which would be, for both of them, would be the same as the clean sound, right? Which would be right around here. So ADG neutral to the clean sound, because here would be the clean sound, right? So ADG neutral to that clean sound. Neutral to the same volume as the amps are. Very sweet. Wicked sound. I'll bet that camera's compressing the hell out of it. But
well, let's hope not.
Yeah.
Well, so the moral of the story is that the 100 with the 412s
rocks.
The gorilla and the pitcher both like it.
Yeah, and you know, that camera ain't no SM57 and it ain't no ribbon mic. It's got these two cheap little shit mics on it, but it's
a concert cam.
The 10Ns had no problem with that camera because the 10Ns are so accurate and beautiful sounding and blah 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 blah, but these amps are big and forceful, and these mics just get their ass kicked by even at this low volume, you know, with that.
Well, we got to do a video in the future sometime of the 10N up against the 100s for the differences.
Totally different sound.
Yeah, so
you
that
play different and you know, apples and oranges.
People like to hear it though. People
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff.
Right. But there's only like what 210N videos up.
Well,
So-
it has begun. You're now doing the 100 video amp tune
Yep.
demos.
Yep. Okay. So, and that that was Dirty Bird. This is an Ash guitar. When in Rome, I mean, on a rock song like this, Alder is you know, it's big mid range. The bottom end is huge, and the top end is more bell-like and clear. With an Ash guitar, the top end is very present. It's very, very snappy. The mid range is very complex. It's not as this heavy as, say, the Alder guitar. It's a much more complex rhythm, and the bottom end is bold, very bold. They're great for rock and roll, you know. And in history of Stratocasters, you don't hear this much. Buddy Holly played this until early '56, and then everything was Alder after that, unless it was, you know, a custom see-through white guitar where they would use some of that Ash on. So all the classic sounds of rock and roll and Stratocasters are Alder, blues and rock, all the things you know of. And then years later, people started to understand the beauty of the sound of this ash wood and started going to 55, 54, and early 56 guitars, like the Layla guitar. That's an early 56, that's ash.
Well, you finally got your Ash Stratocaster, or your
Well, I got
Alder.
a lot of ash Stratocasters.
I know your Alder.
But I only have one Alder, and it's a good one. It's
Alder boy.
yeah, it's awesome. But I used it on the last couple of videos, and then used the ash one for this. But anyway, this video is getting tremendously long.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.